Demolitions. You mentioned the ESIA is currently being carried out by...
Sister, I was raised in the village. Me, I'm not here for me.
Well,
so
sorry.
So try to speak.
I can't help the way I speak. You mentioned that the ESIA was being carried out at the moment. The EIA Act of 1992...
I need interpreter.
Well, you have enough people next to you. The EIA Act of 1992 states that an EIA must be approved by the Federal Ministry of Environment before the commencement of any project.
No,
unless an exemption
has been given. It's not done so. There is preliminary approval. There is final approval.
Has an exemption been given? And if so, if you have the preliminary approval...
Exemption of what?
For the project to start without the final approval. If you have the preliminary approval, can this be shared?
We are following due process.
That is the Minister of Works in Nigeria. It is very obvious that it is very, very much easier for a mad person to govern this country or a nation successfully than Nigerian politicians. That is what it is, because I don't get it. Someone is asking you a question as to the project at hand, and then you are claiming deaf and dumb. You know, will you tell me that Dave Umahi have never been to UK or US before, that he is claiming not to understand the accent of the young lady from Arise television? This is something that we all understand, that whenever they see truth or they see accountability, they begin to form defense in order to resist or not make the work that they are trying to do public, so that people cannot hold them accountable. Here is a big news.
I just believe that my brother Landmark is simply playing politics with, politicians, because there is nothing to claim. It brings me to some of the comments made by my brother, His Excellency P2B. His Excellency P2B was governor, and he made a statement. He said, any infrastructure that stands on the way of road construction must go, and there will be no compensation paid. When you bring judgment, when you condemn people, you bring judgment upon yourself, and that's what he has done. And I think he's inciting some of the Southeast people that are not well informed. He's inciting them, and he gets them into trouble, and he doesn't go to fight for them.
In everything the APC-led governments or politicians or this present administration is doing, if they don't bring in His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi into the equation or try to castigate him, then they have not started yet. What is the relationship between what he is saying and what Peter Obi said when he was the governor of Anambra State? Peter Obi, as of that time, said for every project that is sitting on drainage will be taken down and there will be no any form of compensation. Now, you have a business worth over $200 million that brings a return to your government every month, every year, and you are bringing it down just because you just want to score some political cheap points. You have an investment worth over $200 million, and then you are trying to destroy it, and you are comparing that statement, and this particular investment has government approved papers, and then you bring it down, and then you are trying to compare these two. This shows you how insane some of our leaders can be, and how so mean they could be sometimes. Because here you are, your government is looking for foreign investors, and we saw what happened where Bayo Onoge rushed to Twitter to delete his tweet about the investment of $600 million, which we talk about in our last video today. And you are bringing down another business, an indigenous business. I thought that this APC-led government said that we should patronize homegrown business and all of that. But what happened? You're destroying your homegrown and you want a foreign investment, and here you are comparing, how does that mean? I mean, how does that relate in the first place? And he went ahead to say that Peter Obi is inciting the people in the East, and he's not even going to defend them. I have said this time without number that Peter Obi contesting for the office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in 2023 will as well as destroy a lot of businesses coming from the southern eastern part of the country because of his credibility and his doggedness to make sure that things work in the country. Those who don't want Nigeria to develop will go after every business that comes from that region. This is not to politicize some certain things, but let's look at this way. Facts. Since 2015, we have not witnessed any form of demolition on Igbo properties. Have we? No. For complete good 8 years, there was no such in Lagos, in Abuja. But immediately, Bola Ahmed Tinubu assumed office May 29th. From that day till today that we are speaking, more than 50 businesses has been pulled down. More than 50 homes has been pulled down. Even those that has legitimate papers and all of that. For example, the one in Abuja, which has a lot of controversy between the FCT minister and the person who owns that particular business. Now, let's talk about some of the markets that have been occupied, built or owned and dominated by the Igbos. What happened to them? The businesses, the shop mall have been pulled out. What happened all along? Okay, it is now that they realize that they are not actually supposed to be there. But if they are not there, who approved those buildings to be built in that particular place? And then you went ahead to destroy that place without making any form of provision. They will now tell you that there was a court order. They have been, telling these people to move before now, but they did not listen. Here we are today. And this is not to be in support of anybody who is building on drainage wells, because if you do so, then what I'm saying here is not related to you at all. But I'm talking about those that have their homes, their businesses rightfully built with all papers, but yet were demolished or giving short notice and then demolition went ahead. Is this the kind of country that we want to build? Is this the kind of country that the president is saying that we should unite together? I don't see any form of unity here. And the minister went ahead to say the Renew Hope agenda. This is pure renew hope and disaster. Oh, I don't even know. What do you make of this? Let's have your take at the comment section. Thank you for watching.